So let me ask you something. What if the secret to getting everything you want in life isn't about making some huge dramatic leap? What if it's actually about taking one tiny step? We're about to dive into this really powerful idea that kind of turns everything we've been told about success completely on its head. Forget the quick fixes and the overnight sensations. You ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels? I mean, you're putting in the work, right? You're trying to make good choices, but you look around and nothing. The results just aren't there. It's so frustrating, and honestly, it makes you want to just give up. But what if the problem isn't your effort at all? What if it's just that we've been taught to look for success in all the wrong ways? Look, our culture is obsessed with this myth, right? It's all about the giant leap, the overnight success, the magic bullet that's going to solve everything. But the truth, the reality, which Darren Hardy explains so well in his book, The Compound Effect, is, well, it's a lot less flashy, but it's way, way more powerful. It's all about those small, smart choices you make day in and day out. So let's get into the power of compounding. Think of it like this. There's a hidden operating system running your life right now. Seriously, you might not even know it's there, but it's quietly shaping every single thing that happens to you, good or bad. And here's what it is in a nutshell. The compound effect is the principle of reaping huge rewards from a series of small, smart choices that you make over and over again. The key is that these choices seem totally insignificant at first. They're so small, so subtle, that most people just ignore them. And that's exactly why they miss out on the incredible results. Okay, to really see what I'm talking about, let's check out this classic example. It's called the magic penny, and it really shows you the unbelievable power of this exponential growth. All right, I want you to make a choice. Would you rather have $3 million cash right now, or a single penny that doubles in value every single day for 31 days? Come on, be honest. The 3 million looks like a no-brainer, right? It's instant, it's huge. That penny seems, well, kind of pathetic. If you took the cash and your friend took the penny, you'd be laughing all the way to the bank. For a while. But just look at how painfully slow this is. After 5 whole days, your friend has 16 cents. Wow. By day 20, with most of the month gone, they've only got about 5 grand. Meanwhile, you're sitting pretty on your 3 million. Heck, even on day 29, just 2 days from the end, they still haven't caught up to you. The magic seems to be a total bust. And then it happens. In those last couple of days, the growth goes completely insane. That little penny? On day 31, it's worth over $10.7 million. Yeah, more than 3 times what you took. That is the compound effect. It's slow, it's almost invisible, and then boom, an absolutely explosive payoff. Okay, the magic penny is a cool trick, but how does this stuff work in real life with real people? Well, let's talk about small choices and the radical differences they make. We'll use the story of 3 friends. Picture this. They're all starting from the exact same point. Same job, same health, same weight, everything's equal. Now, let's look at their choices. Scott decides to make a few tiny positive changes. He reads just 10 pages of a good book a day, listens to a 30-minute podcast on his commute, and cuts out 125 calories. That's it. That's like 1 less soda. Brad, on the other hand, makes a few choices that seem just as small but in the other direction. He watches a little more TV, tries some rich new recipes he found online, and adds 1 beer a week. Seriously, who would even notice stuff like that? And just like with that penny, for the first 5 months, you see absolutely no difference. Scott doesn't suddenly get a promotion, Brad doesn't suddenly look out of shape, nothing. But then, around 18 months in, you start to see these little measurable differences. By the time 31 months roll around, the difference between them is absolutely radical. It's startling. Get this. The final result is a 67-pound difference. Scott lost 33.5 pounds. Brad gained 33.5 pounds. A 67-pound swing, all from choices that were so tiny they were practically invisible day to day. And listen, that's just their weight. Can you imagine the difference in their confidence, their relationships, their careers? It's huge. So, here's the bottom line. Your life is your choices. And the thing is, the compound effect is always at work. It never stops. It's either working for you, building you up, or it's working against you, tearing you down. And the only thing that flips that switch? Your choices. I love this quote from Darren Hardy. You make your choices, and then your choices make you. It just nails it, doesn't it?
Everything in your life right now, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's all just a result of the thousands and thousands of little choices you've made up until this very moment.
But here's the biggest challenge, and it's a big one. We're not consciously making most of these choices. We're basically sleepwalking through 99% of our day. We're running on pure autopilot. You know what I mean? You grab the cookie without thinking. You mindlessly scroll through your phone for an hour. It's not a choice, it's just a habit. So, how do you snap out of it? How do you wake up and take control? Well, it all starts with this one simple idea 100%. You have to take 100% responsibility for your life. No more blaming. No more excuses. The moment you stop blaming the traffic, your boss, the weather, you take all your power back. Because you are 100% responsible for how you react to everything. And that, right there, is the foundation for making better choices. Okay, so how do you actually do that? How do you make 100% responsibility a real thing? You need a secret weapon, and that weapon is tracking. This is your path to making conscious choices, and it's so much simpler than you think. Think about it. The first step to changing anything is just becoming aware of it. You can't improve what you don't measure. It's that simple. The act of tracking, just writing down what you're doing, shines a big bright spotlight on those autopilot habits. It makes the invisible visible. Let's use a super simple example. That daily trip to the coffee shop, let's say it costs you $4. $4. In the moment, it feels like nothing, right? It's just a little treat. But we know better now, don't we? We're not just going to look at the $4. We have to ask the real question. What is the compound cost of that coffee over, say, 20 years? What if you took that same $4 and invested it instead? You ready for this? The future value of that harmless $4 coffee, if you invested it at a pretty standard 8% return, would be over $51,000. $51,000! All of a sudden, that little choice feels a lot heavier, doesn't it? And that's the power of tracking. It forces you to see the real cost. So when you boil it all down, it's really this simple. The journey to those massive results you want isn't about some heroic one-time action. It all starts with one small smart choice that you repeat over and over and over again. It's about making the compound effect your best friend. Look, this isn't just about learning something interesting. This is about doing something. So I'll leave you with this question. What one small choice are you going to start tracking today? Just one. What's the one tiny thing you can start measuring right now to get this incredible power working for you instead of against you?